As if I didn't have enough projects already on my desk. Now I got this. Hey everyone, how's it going? So yes, this is an AMD EPYC CPU. Specifically, this is an AMD EPYC Rome 7532. This is a 32-core, 64-thread CPU. And this is going to replace the first gen Naples AMD EPYC I have in my crypto server that I built a few months ago. I got that CPU real cheap and it was good enough to get started. Now that this price came down, I got this used for $440 from a guy on eBay in Canada. So worked out nicely. Thank you very much, whoever you were that sold this to me. And we can see right now I am running a 7551P. Sorry if it's a little fuzzy, but yeah, 32 core, 64 thread. Runs perfectly fine, but this is going to be a lot more efficient. Let me switch the screen on over here to Passmark, CPUbenchmark.net. On the left here, this is the 75. Oh crap, it's the wrong one. What the heck? Let's fix that. Add. Pain in the butt. 7551P. That's what's in there right now. Put that, get rid of the 7551. Compare. I thought I was prepared. Okay, so now we got the 7532, the new CPU, on the left, and the 7551P on the right. Just go straight up numbers. It's almost double. The CPU mark on the 7551P was 38,694, and we're replacing it with 53,051. So it's definitely a nice jump for only 20 more watts and one generation newer as well. And better clock speed. Turbo speeds originally was 3 gigahertz, now it's 3.3. The base clock was 2 gigahertz, now it's 2.4. So this should definitely perform a lot better. So what I need to do is go into Unraid, turn off all of my ETC-MC nodes, and safely shut down everything else so we can open up that chassis and switch it out. And by the way, yes, I did get this for like $15 on eBay as well. Even though it's not Threadripper, it's the exact same torque specs, so this way I don't screw it up, hopefully. Give me a few minutes, let me shut down Unraid. Okay, everything's off. Still a little warm, but it's okay. We're going to take off the heatsink first. Had to give it a little twist there to break the suction on the thermal paste. Okay, let's clean off the thermal paste. This was the stock thermal paste that came with this heatsink. Actually worked really well. We'll be using different thermal paste when we're done. And clean off the CPU itself before we take it out of here. A little bit of alcohol spray, really clean it up good, so this way we don't get anything transferred onto those thousands of little pins that are in the socket. Okay, so there are 3 hex screws. One here, and one here, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3. So let's start loosening this one. And 3 is loose, and it pops right up. 2 blue tabs. Brings the whole carrier up. There we go. Unsnaps. Now we can slide this out of this little metal carrier and screw up everything in the process. I swear, I'm a lucky SOB because I don't think I bent any of the pins doing that. I pulled the Linus Tech tips right there, and I might be okay. So let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. So here's the new one. I'm going to slide it back into its tray. Make sure it's pushed all the way down. And then we're going to put our finger on these 2 blue pieces. Just snap it back down. There we go. Now we're going to bring this down. This is spring loaded. So we're going to take our little tool, bring this on down, and just start grabbing the threads on 1. Okay, let's start grabbing the threads on 2 and 3. What the heck? And it just powered on. Kill the power. There's my click on 1. There's my click on 2. There's my click on 3. Should be good now. Especially considering it tried to power itself on with the plug still in because it saw the CPU. Now for today, I am using Prolima Tech PK3 thermal paste to make a complete mess out of this thing. Now I could probably leave it like that and just put the heatsink on, but my OCD is going to take over, so I need to spatula it nice and flat. Okay, so it's not going to win any like baking cake awards for frosting or anything, but it's fully covered and I got rid of some of the excess. That should definitely be cooled quite nicely. So let's go ahead and flip this on over. Make sure all the holes are lined up again, which they're not. They go on the inside notch for the front and the outside notch for the backs. And that one's tight. So let's give it power again. And then immediately turn off by the front button. So this way we can give the IPMI circuit a little time to start up, and we can go through IPMI first and verify everything's okay in the BIOS. Where are you, power supply? There you are. Okay, off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, shut it off. Okay, let's let it boot up for a few minutes for the IPMI before we even turn the unit itself on. Okay, so, and the IPMI it still, of course, shows up as an AMD EPYC 7551P 32-core processor because we haven't really booted it up and hasn't seen the new CPU yet. So, let's go through remote control and set power on. There it goes, it clicked on. Now we just gotta wait for the BIOS to kick in. Okay, well, we're in here. It sees all the RAM, so I didn't bend any pins so far. AMD EPYC 7532 32-core processor running at 2.4 gigahertz at 1.1 volt. We are good to go. It works. So let me set up the rest of the BIOS and we'll get this booted up. 7532 32-core processor, 2.4 gigahertz. The IMC is operating with DDR4 3200 megahertz. Perfect. Booting up. And we should go, yes, Lime Technology. That's Unraid. It's going to start here in 2 seconds. We're good to go. I'll be back in a few minutes when I get this up and running. So there we go. We got all my ETCMC nodes restarting. You know how Windows is, and that's 15 copies of Windows. They are all down here in this bottom half. Most of them have already calmed down. But we can see here, AMD EPYC 7532. 32 core at 2.4 gigahertz, and if we scroll down a little bit more, we have our full 256 gigabytes of DDR4 multi-bit ECC. We are up and running. This should last me for a few years easily before I have to redo it and go up to Milan or Genoa when the prices come down. Oh, it peaked again. Windows is having fun. Yep, a bunch of those Windows are having fun. But thanks for watching. Don't do what I do and drop CPUs, and I'll catch you on the next video.